It couldn't be easier to watch Hobbymaker. You can join us on Sky, Freeview, on our website or on YouTube, so you can watch at home or on the go.
Hobbymaker are proud to work alongside some of the biggest brands in the industry. Keep watching for these brands and many more here on Hobbymaker.
Good morning, I hope you're well. Here we are, it's Friday, it's arrived.
I know.
And the hottest day of the year too.
They reckon it's going to be, don't they?
Yeah, they do, absolutely. I feel like they should rock.
It does look like it. And I feel like I'm a bit laid back, a bit casual, you know, like laid back like this.
Yeah, shades lounge, laid back. It's my favourite time of the day this year.
Is it? Are you a morning person?
I never used to be, but I am now. As
Yeah.
I'm getting older, definitely. Up with the lark. Yeah, absolutely. Great to have your company. And thank you. I've got to say a massive thank you to all of you that have said so many nice things about the early mornings and the wake up with Hobbymaker, because it's something that we decided to do only a few weeks ago, really. Because what we used to do was do the 1 till 6 slot on Hobbymaker and then repeat some of those shows early morning before Sewing Street. And then we thought, well, why play repeats out when we could come and be live?
I know, yeah.
And I don't know about you, but breakfast TV, there's a place for it, but I don't want to have confrontation. I don't want to have kind of...
I know what you mean.
You know, I just want to wake up nicely.
Nice and gently, yes, exactly.
Everybody, Corinne.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good
We stayed at the same hotel last night,
We
didn't
did, yes. I realised it was time to leave when I saw you getting in your car this morning.
Oh, God, get my skates on. Well, great to have your company. We're here till 8 o'clock, then Sewing Street takes over for 5 hours, and then we're back at 1 through until 6, as we always are in the afternoon. Now, what we want to do with this Wake Up with Hobbymaker is to get you involved in the show. And yesterday was the first one I'd done in quite a few days. And we had so many messages from people. So if you're starting your day gently, maybe with a cuppa like we are, and you just sat there kind of welcoming in Friday morning, get in touch. Send us a message. You can send us an email, studio@hobbymaker.co.uk. Also, if you are brand new to Hobbymaker, you may not know that there's actually a little section on our website, hobbymaker.co.uk, where if you click on View, you'll then see a little bar that says Contact the Studio, just there. And you can send us a message. And Laura, our producer, will see that. She'll get that, and she can put it through to us on the screens here, and everyone can see what you're saying. So, yeah, for the first 15 minutes, we take it easy.
Yeah, that's the best way. I've got my cup of tea. It's ready to
I've got mine as well.
Yeah.
I can't find my mug, though.
Can't you? I've found mine.
You've got yours?
Yeah.
Well, I've got a mug, but it's not a Hobbymaker one, so I have to get that sorted. Actually, I saw yesterday Pauline Wheeler. I signed mine so that it didn't go...
Oh, yeah.
Pauline Wheeler had my mug.
Did she?
Yeah. She wouldn't give it back.
She wouldn't give it back?
No. Morning, Pauline.
Yeah, but didn't she buy you bring cake, so you're going to let her off?
Roulade, yes.
I know, I did ask her if there's only be some left, but she said, not a chance.
Now, you and I, we've known each other, what, 5 years?
I think probably something like
Probably
that,
more than that,
yeah.
maybe. But only recently you joined Crafters Companion, didn't you?
Yes, since about February time, yes.
Enjoying it?
Loving it, yes. It's a fantastic place.
I can see you're decked in purple.
Oh, yeah, all in purple.
In the uniform.
New uniform. I've got a nice little run going already.
So what's your crafting journey then? Tell us how you got into craft.
So I was a hobby crafter.
Okay.
And crafted at home on the dining table, and then got a little craft room and did, and that was just over 20 years ago.
Wow.
2001. So yeah, did that for a lot of years, and then after that, and then I saw an opportunity.
Did you craft to sell or for friends?
I didn't craft to sell, but people that I worked with used to buy the glut of cards that I'd made.
Right.
I occasionally made specific orders, but mostly I would craft at home, and then I'd take them into work and people would buy what I'd made, so
right.
like that. And then 2015, I think it was, I saw an opportunity to start being a demonstrator, so I took it. And I did that alongside working. That was hard work.
Right.
So it was sort of 9 to 5, home and prep, bed, up work, home prep, go and do a TV show. So yeah, that was quite hard work. So when in the August 2016, an opportunity came to do this full time, I thought, ooh, okay, and decided to. Yeah, the children had all grown up, because as you can imagine, it's quite an unsociable hours thing.
yeah.
And, you know, I've got a daughter who plays the flute, used to do fencing, and I was mum's taxi, you know, Corin's cabs. So, you know, it got to the point where I wasn't needed to
That's a good
run
name
around.
for a business,
I know, Corin's
Cabs.
cabs.
Yeah.
That wasn't needed anymore. So it gave me the opportunity to do this.
Fab.
So, yeah, so I've been since 2016. And like I say, just since February with Crafter's Companion.
I've got to ask you, because lots of people will want to know this. I've known Sarah Davis for 12, 13 years.
Yeah.
What's it like to work for Sarah, the dragon?
She's lovely.
Is she?
Absolutely lovely. Yes, yes.
Well, I know she's lovely, but
everything that you see, you know when she's in the room, she's bubbly, she's loud. I've never seen her anything other than, but she is a whirlwind.
Yeah.
You could, yeah.
I know.
She is 100 miles an hour. I think from the minute she wakes up to the minute her head hits the pillow.
I've got total admiration for the lady. And I know we've got a takeover with Sarah coming up on the 4th of July.
Right, yeah.
Yeah, so that's going to be
Yeah.
fun. So look forward to that. So what's your day got in store? You're with us until 8. And
Yeah. Then I'm going to go
what?
back and get my breakfast and then head home.
Oh, okay.
So yes, it's hopefully a quieter day today. Maybe get back out in the garden and see a bit more of that
Oh,
sunshine.
nice. I've got a full-on day today, actually. I've got a confession to make. I'm a big fan of Barry Manilow. Have been for years. He's a good singer. He's not the best singer in the world, but he's a great singer. But he's a great showman.
Yeah,
and I
entertainer.
realised he's at the NEC in Birmingham, and we're just around the corner from that here in Redditch. So I'm going to go with my good friend Janice Phillips.
Yeah,
She's a big
Janice.
fan with her other half,
Excellent.
so we're going to go to that tonight. So I've got the afternoon show this afternoon till 6, and then that tonight, so I'll be
So, and you're back here at what time tomorrow?
on the 1 o'clock show tomorrow.
Wow.
Yeah.
Hopefully you get a bit of a lie-in in the morning.
Yes, but it's going to be fun. It's going to be
Yes.
fun.
That's what it is. Pack your days and have a really good time.
Absolutely. So, yeah, welcome to Wake Up with Hobbymaker. And you might be thinking to yourself, well, okay, Hobbymaker is a shopping channel. Yes, it is. You're not selling anything. Yes, we are. But we just like to kind of ease you into the day. We don't want to kind of push. You know, we just want to say hello, get you to know us a bit better, us to know you a bit better. So if you want to send us any messages, tell us what you're doing. Are you going to see someone tonight? Are you going to see, is Ed Sheeran's on tour at the moment?
Yes, Ed Sheeran's
Elton John's on tour at the moment.
Oh, is he?
Yeah, there's lots of touring going on after 2 years of drought.
Yes.
They're all out there.
Yeah.
Let us know what you're up to. If you want to send a message to someone, maybe someone in your family or someone that you know has got a birthday, you know they watch Wake Up with Hobbymaker as well, you can send in a dedication, a birthday request. What we've got in the show today, by the way, I don't know if you missed any of the shows yesterday. We had Jan in from Crafter's Companion yesterday. We had a really, really busy day. We've got some fantastic deals coming up from Crafter's Companion. We've got some dies. We've got Centura Pearl. It's one of my favourite cards.
Yes, it's absolutely amazing. You can see it just down here. The colours are gorgeous. It's the GSL. It's so strong. You're going to be able to, you know, construct with it, but it's going to work brilliant with your mats and lights. It die cuts like a dream.
Well, going back many years ago when I first met Sarah, she used to bring in Centura Pearl in the early days.
Yeah.
But it was always with a hint of silver or a hint of gold.
Yes.
And that was it.
And we still use those.
Yes.
They are really
Best
popular
sellers.
because we do them in A3 size as well. So that's really, really useful.
But now it's in like dozens and dozens of
Oh,
colours.
dozens and dozens of colours. Yes, I'm starting to get quite a little stash at home, yes.
Good. One of the perks of working for Crafter's
I know.
Companion.
Oh, but I love the chocolate with mink, the brown with they're my two favourites, I think. Really classy.
Okay, well, just in case you're brand new, I mean, we're doing these live shows in the morning. Obviously, the audience we have at this time of the morning is probably not the audience we have in the afternoon. So there'll be an awful lot of you that are brand new to Hobbymaker, that have never seen us before, that maybe just stumble across us. Maybe you're not even a crafter, but you're thinking, hey, this card making lark, Christmas is not that far away. I know lots of the companies that we bring here at Hobbymaker are launching their Christmas collections now and in the next week or two. Christmas will start here.
I think I've got some shows very soon here on this channel with some Christmas very soon. Yeah.
So it makes sense. You think to yourself, it's the hottest day of the year today, over 30 degrees in most parts of the UK, and we're talking Christmas. What's going on? Are you mad? That's probably what you're thinking. But from a crafter's point of view, the Christmas fairs are in like October, November.
Yes.
So we're now only 2 or 3 months away from that.
Exactly.
So you need that time to...
Yeah. It's by the time, best will in the world, even if we ship it today, you're not going to get it till, it's going to be a few days. So, you've got that delay. Buying, then it arriving,
Making.
then the making, and then the craft fairs. And when you go to craft fair, you can't go with 2 or 3, you're going with hundreds.
Yeah.
But then you've also got to remember that you've got time to make enough yourself, because that's where I fall down.
Right.
My week before Christmas is usually busy trying to make all of my own handmade cards, because I've spent so long doing these.
Do you know what I found? I've got a lot of crafty friends who, like you say, don't really think about themselves. They make for others. And quite a few of them actually buy shop-bought cards at Christmas because they forget to make for their friends and family.
For me, it's not forgetting, it's the time.
Not have the time,
It's the time. I just don't have that time to do, to make my own cards. And I used to make all my own cards. Now it's like, oh, it's my husband's birthday next Thursday. And I actually have to keep thinking, I must get his card made.
And I'm thinking Father's Day on Sunday.
Yep.
I've got to get that card sorted, otherwise I'm in the doghouse.
Yes,
obviously.
certainly.
So yeah, don't forget that, whatever you do. Now, just for those of you that have never watched us before, there are lots of main reasons why Hobbymaker ticks the box for lots of you, and you've told us this over the last few months. The first one is the postage. It's £3.95. You might think, well, what's the big deal about that? That's £3.95 P&P. Other places charge that. That's for the whole day.
Yeah.
So from midnight last night to midnight tonight, anything you buy from Hobbymaker, you'll only be charged a maximum of £3.95. And also, it's a free phone number, 0800 001 4433, to our call centre that's here. It's above us in this building. It's not in some far-flung country.
Nope.
It's not charging you so many pence per minute to call. If you've ever got a query, a question, wondering about your order or anything like that, they're there 24 hours a day. It's a family-run call centre too, so it's lovely because you can just phone up for a chat with them, and they'll sort any problems you might have out. They'll also place your order for you. So if you are a new customer, and we're still getting dozens and dozens of brand new customers every day.
Yeah.
If you'd rather let them set up your account rather than try and do it on the internet, on the website, they'll do it for you, and it's free to do it. Even if you don't want to buy anything at that moment, just say, I'd like to register, please, with Hobbymaker, so I can just kind of jump on the phones or jump on the website and buy something when I see something. Yeah, they'll sort that for you. So 0800 001 4433, put that in your phone. Put it in your phone so you can just hit that one button or tap the screen and call whenever you see something that takes your fancy, because sometimes when we have special offers on, things go so quickly.
Oh, yeah.
If you want to go through the hassle of registering as well.
That's it. And when we say stuff, we're not saying it to try to scare people, but it genuinely, we do sell out. And I know we've sold out a few bits and pieces yesterday from this. We've got a few top up, but we do sell out. And that is why I love the one P&P for the day.
Yeah, me too.
Because I can add it to my basket, I can complete on that, know it's safe.
Because it's so annoying. If you buy something, say, at 9 o'clock in the morning, and then you see something at 3, and you ring back or order on the website, and a company's charging you another postage on top.
Exactly. It's going to be completely different shows. Crafter's Companion, I don't believe we're back today. No, it's not. We're not back today. I don't think we've... No,
just good morning, Hobbymaker.
Yeah, no, we're not back on at between 1 and 6 today.
Well, it's Hunky Dory later on with Anne-Marie, and also Wild Spider as well.
Which are completely different.
Yeah.
So you might look today and think, oh, I want the pencils or I want some of the dyes, but then if you complete your order, you're going to be annoyed if you then have to... Wild Spider, it's the adhesive. You might find that really useful and think, oh, I can mix that in with my dyes. To get charged postage again would be so annoying.
Yeah, well, Wild Spider is actually launching a brand new book later on, so that's going to be intriguing.
Ooh.
I'm looking forward to finding out about that. Now, we're getting some messages coming through. Yes. Share your morning with us. Hello to Susan in Greater Manchester. Hello, Susan. She says, I love the morning show. Just nice and gentle, easy start to the day.
Perfect.
No confrontation, no arguments.
No.
Nothing like that. No news, just kind of nice way to ease you into the day. Julia in West Sussex, great to see Corinne with Dave this morning. Fantastic to get to know our wonderful presenters and see some of the crew. Love Hobbymaker. Thank you, Julia. We're getting lots and lots of those messages as well. So I'm glad it's kind of ticking the box for you as well. And it's lovely that, I said this story yesterday. I remember one of my early memories of wanting to get into TV or radio or whatever was being at home with my mum and dad, a teenager, trying to get through every Saturday morning to Swap Shop.
I remember that.
Do you remember that?
I remember Swap
with
Shop.
Noel Evans. And I was literally glued to the phone from like 9 o'clock in the morning till midday every Saturday trying to get through, and I never even got through, let alone...
Why were you ringing?
I can't really remember, just because I wanted to get involved.
Yeah.
I saw everyone else on the phones,
Yeah.
on the telly, and I thought, oh, I want to do that.
Yeah.
I'll swap that toy for someone else's
Yeah.
toy. And I could never, ever get through, so I was a bit despondent. But nowadays, with social media and the immediacy of like email and messaging and stuff like that, you know, we're not aloof. We're not a channel that you can't get involved with. We're a channel that you can actually come and kind of join us. And that's what I love about it,
I
the
know.
interaction.
Yeah, it's brilliant and it's nice. It is so reactive, isn't it?
Yeah.
So yeah, it's perfect.
You can send a message via our website, via that little box there that says contact the studio. Laura, our producer this morning, will get that. She will then, we've just done with
Yeah.
Julia, she'll then put it on the screen, provided it's okay to put on the screen. I've just been told it's National Eat Your Vegetables Day today.
We eat a lot in our house of
Yeah, me
vegetables.
too.
Yeah.
I'm more veggie as I get older, actually.
Are you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
When I was a kid, it was beans and chips and sausages, and you know, into my 20s. But now, yeah, a plate of veg, I'm happy. What's your favourite veg?
Oh, I don't know. I eat a lot of salad at the moment.
Okay.
We eat a lot of vegetables. We don't eat meat mostly. We're sort of 95% meat free in our house.
Oh, good.
So yeah. Vegetables are a lot. So I'm thinking maybe tonight I might do a mushroom stroganoff.
I was going to say mushroom's my favourite veg, I think.
Is it?
Mushroom, potato, leek, cabbage. I like all of that.
Yeah.
Indomie beans, do you like them?
Oh, loads of beans. My cupboard is full of beans and lentils and chickpeas and all those sorts of things, yeah.
Fair enough. Okay, well, it's 6:15.
I know.
We've got everything, or most of the things that are on the show today, and also coming up later on. Most of the things are on pre-order. What does that mean? It means basically, as we show things in the show, they go onto the website. So if you kind of click watch now, all the items that we're showing you will be there for you to order. But if you go to the website, there's a section that says pre-order. Now, if you click on that, it will show you what we've got in this show and also everything else, or most of what we've got coming up later on. Now, it was a great day yesterday in that we had an item that we've not seen on Hobbymaker before. I mean, in a previous life, the aqua pencils, they've been a firm favourite of mine. I absolutely love the aqua pencils, but they've not been in stock. You know what's going on around the world with logistics and everything else. We've been on air now for 106 days, I think, something like that. And we've not had them. The aqua pencils have not been available, but we got them back yesterday and they're still in stock today. And they are amazing because if you think of it, you might think, okay, what's the big deal about a colouring pencil?
Yeah.
Every pencil is almost like a colour in a palette, isn't it?
It is, yeah, and I'm going to show you some brilliant techniques, different ways to apply them, different ways of using them, and also how you can put them onto card and carry them around as little swatches to use whenever you want to use them. So yeah, we're going to do some brilliant things with those this morning.
Brilliant. Okay, so that's coming up a bit later on. We've also got some of the other highlights of yesterday's afternoon shows, which you may or may not have seen, because we're noticing we've got a lot more of a different audience in the morning than we do in the afternoon. So it may well be that you can watch us at 6:17 in the morning, but you can't watch us at 1 through until 6. You've got other things to do. And of course, today I think we'll be very busy because it's going to be the hottest day of the year. And for an awful lot of people, it's too hot. So they stay indoors, watch the telly, pull the curtains, keep the house nice and cool. We've got an early bird, though, for you, which is an absolute must. And it's a brilliant way to start your Friday. Okay, let's bring in the early bird. Now, we mentioned the early bird and we mentioned Centura Pearl. We did it yesterday. It was massively successful. What we've got for you is the opportunity today to invest in these multiple colours of Centura Pearl. Now, you get 10 sheets in a lovely plastic wallet, and you can open the wallet at the bottom and just take one sheet out at a time. And they're £3.99, so 40 pence a sheet for Centura Pearl is amazing.
Isn't it?
But we've got a 5 for 4. So in other words, you can choose which colours you want. If you want 5 the same, that's fine. If you want 3 the same and 2 different, if you want 5 different, that's absolutely fine. So you can have basically 50 sheets of Centura Pearl for just about £16. One pack of 10 will be absolutely free. And if I'll just take one colour at a time here. Look at this pink.
Beautiful, isn't it? That's the baby pink.
It's stunning.
Can you see? Look at that sheet.
Look at the way it behaves in the light.
Absolutely gorgeous.
Amazing luxury at such an affordable price. So the way it works is we've actually got a little drop down. If you go to the website and select Centura Pearl, And if you just click on where it says colour, all the colours will drop down and it gives you all the options, and you just literally click on the colour that you want, put it in your basket, and then when you put 5 in, one will magically disappear cost-wise. So you'll get a pack of Centura Pearl for free, provided you choose 5. I'm going to go through the colours one by one. That baby pink is one of my favourites, but sometimes when you see things that shimmer and shine, they can look a bit cheap.
Yeah,
This doesn't.
No, it's not at all. Really, really, the quality of it, it's just going to lift and give quality and class to your projects that you're making with it, isn't it?
I'm thinking, a bit stereotypical, I know, apologies for that, but baby girl, baby boy?
Yep, exactly. We do tend to stick to those sort of colours.
Now, let me just show you the colour options then. This is how it works. It's only something recently that we've been able to kind of adapt for our website. There we are, we're on TV now, live on the website, there we go. And you just click on where it says colour, and then all of the colours will drop down in a little box. Ivory, dark chocolate, turquoise, Christmas red, blah, blah, blah. And then put it into your basket, add to your basket. When you get to 5, you'll find that when you get to checkout, you get a 20% discount. So in other words, 1 pack of that Centura Pearl will be free.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, brilliant, isn't it?
Yeah.
So instead of being just shy of £4, £3.20 a pack is the quality.
Oh, yeah. I mean, this is like sheet metal, this one that I've got.
Can you imagine bringing this one in with your embossing folders?
Yeah.
That's going to look brilliant, isn't it?
We're just adding 5 in. Go to your basket, click on your basket, and then it will come up. And as you can see, multi-buy, 5 packs for the price of 4. They're now $3.19 each.
That's amazing, isn't it?
So you've got 1 pack free by buying 5. And if you want 5 pink, 5 blue, that's fine. If you want 5 ivory, if you want 1 ivory, 1 pink, 1 blue, 1 grey, 1 red, that's fine. Any combination of the 5, and the guys at Crafter's Companion will go and cherry pick your selection, pop it in the post, you'll get it in the next few days. This one's the ivory.
Yes, it's beautiful, isn't it? Imagine that. I mean, we are in wedding season. Imagine that with your wedding stationery and things like that. That's why it's brilliant to be able to get this multi-order, because even if you want the same colour. But again, if you have got a colour theme for a wedding or a party invitation, you can buy multiple packs and get those extra packs for free, which is just fantastic.
What have you been quoted if you've gone out trying to get wedding stationery? What have you been quoted for 50 invitations or 100 invitations or 100 save the dates or anything like that? You're going to get 50 sheets of A4 for 16 quid, bar a few pence. How amazing is that?
Now that's the lavender, just so people see, that's the lavender and that's the lilac.
Okay.
Just to show you the two different. Hopefully you can see, just so people, they might want to think which way they want to go. So that's much deeper. That's sort of more of a pink.
So that's the lavender.
Yeah.
That's the lilac. But mats and layers in those two colours. They work together well, don't they?
They work, yes. Because tone on tone, isn't it? We always do.
One of my favourites is this one.
Turquoise.
This turquoise is absolutely gorgeous.
Now, we haven't got all of the colours here in front of us on the table. We've got the dark chocolate. That is beautiful. I was saying I love that one. Now, this one is cherry, but we also have a Christmas red. Have I got that right? Oh, no, that's Christmas red. It's not the cherry, isn't it? Yeah, that's the Christmas red. There we go.
I know as well. I haven't got a black one here, but the black Centura Pearl is always a bestseller, and that flew yesterday. That's also available too.
That's one I love. That is pumpkin.
We were saying yesterday, get the black and get the pumpkin Halloween.
Oh, yeah. But this, I don't know if anybody's seen recently, we've done our sunflower collection on Crafter's Companion. That's just launched. I think that was here.
Yes, it was. Last week.
Yeah. And this would go brilliantly, or any of those sorts of collections. I just think it's not too strong an orange. It's got, it's got those, like you say, it's pumpkin, it's got those deeper tones to it.
Now, there are offers that we have at Hobbymaker that appeal to some and not to others. Obviously, every theme of card collection we bring you or die collection we bring you isn't going to appeal to everyone. But there are sometimes offers that come along that are just absolutely going to appeal to everyone. And this is one of those offers. If you've never invested in Centura Pearl before, make today the day that you do it when you get a pack for nothing, a
Yeah.
pack for free by buying the 5 for 4 deal. There's no reason to offer this at a special price because it sells every minute of every day at £3.99 for 10. 40p a sheet is a bargain in the first place, but to get it down to £3.19 because you're getting 1 pack for nothing if you put 5 in your basket. Now we're getting loads of you calling through. Joe in Hampshire, where I live now. I used to be in Dorset, I'm in Hampshire now. Joe says, woohoo! Just tried to get this earlier this morning, but got it now. Black for my boxes with a gold edge, classic.
Yes,
There you
and
go.
that black, you won't be disappointed with that black.
No.
It is a proper deep black. It's lovely.
I don't know why I haven't got the black key, but we haven't. But you'll get the same sheen. You'll get the same sheen off the black as you are off of all of these colours. Imagine black with a shimmer, black with a slight shine.
Yeah.
There's chocolate available as well, which I've not got. The deep purple I've not got here either, but they're all available for you. Imagine this effect on all of those colours. There's 15 colours available on the website.
Yeah, perfect.
What's your favourite?
Like I said, I love the dark chocolate, and again with the cream looks absolutely beautiful. The dark purple is beautiful. It's well, it's the same sort of colour as my dress. It's that chocolate.
It's chocolate box purple.
Chocolate box purple, absolutely beautiful.
I've just realised I've not said hello to the crew. I knew there was something I'd forgotten. Let me introduce you to Michael on camera 2. Hello, Michael. There he is. Brilliant. In the gallery today, it's Ollie and Laura. Hi, guys.
Morning.
There they are. So that's your crew. It doesn't take many people to put us to air, does it?
No, just the 3 of them. And us.
There's 6 of us. No, 5 of us.
5 of us.
Yeah, 5 of us.
Yep.
5 of us. To put a TV station on air.
That's it.
That's all you need.
Yeah.
Yeah, a bit of light and some great products, some great offers, a microphone, an earpiece, and we're off. We're ready to go.
Sorted.
And a cup of tea. So
Yeah, the cup of tea I think was probably the most crucial item.
that's the crucial item,
Yeah.
absolutely. That's our priority. And I'm sure you're watching us with a cup of tea or coffee this morning as well. And do remember, get in touch, even if you haven't really got anything to ask or whatever, just want to say hi. We would love to hear from you. It's very, very quickly becoming a massive community, and the morning show is really getting an awful lot of people starting their day the way they want to, with a nice little easy into the day, some bargains as well. And you know, not everyone can watch between 1 and 6, but do remember, if you can't watch us when we're live, you can still watch us. What happens is, and I'll explain this just in case you didn't realise, because it took me a while to get my head around this. We're live between 6 and 8 with Wake Up to Hobbymaking, Monday to Friday at the moment. Then Sewing Street takes over between 8 and 1, and then we're back live between 1 and 6. And then Lifestyle takes over at 6 o'clock. So there's lots of different kind of genres in the day. But if you're watching us on the website, we're constantly on.
Yeah.
So there's no Lifestyle, there's no Sewing Street or anything. It's basically streaming what we've done during the day through the night. So you can watch the afternoon show at 7, 8 o'clock at night.
Yeah, perfect.
And lots of you do.
Yeah, I'm sure you do. Yeah, because not everybody, some people are busy getting ready this morning and then some people are at work. So to have that opportunity and to know that you get that 1p&p as well, you just watch when you can, don't you?
Well, loads of you are putting the Centura Pearl offer in your basket today. And very often we can actually see the names of you that are buying something, and it's nice to give you a name check as well. You feel really part of the show. So whatever you do, $3.99, remember, is the price per pack of 10. But if you put 5 in your basket, you'll get 1 for nothing. Please do check out, though. If it's in your basket and you leave it, it's not yours until you check out. RQ2008 is the product number, and you can select either 5 of the same or 5 completely different colours of the brilliant Centura Pearl.
It couldn't be easier to watch Hobbymaker. You can join us on Sky, Freeview, on our website or on YouTube, so you can watch at home or on the go.
Hello there, my name is Sandra Rushton and I'm here in my gallery at HQ. So I wanted to show you a couple of things I'm going to be bringing on Saturday, well worthy of putting in a gallery. Here you can see a couple of new stencils. I know you loved these so much, so we've done another set. And we've got a new concept. Now, these ones, if you want to have a quick look, these kind of things that you could do with it, absolutely wonderful. But of course, we did promise you that we were going to bring you something a bit different. So, as you will know, you've got your wonderful little tile box. But here we go, bringing something else for your desk. A wonderful new macro tile box. So, if you're around on Saturday, come and join me. Really looking forward to it, so I'll see you then. Bye.
Hobbymaker are proud to work alongside some of the biggest brands in the industry. Keep watching for these brands and many more here on Hobbymaker.
I've just been told how many of you have got the Centura Pearl early bird bargain in your baskets. We are so busy. Some people were saying, who's going to be watching at 6 o'clock in the morning? You'd be surprised. I mean, as I'm getting older, I'm getting up earlier. Even on days off, I'm up at 6.
How are you?
Yeah. Are you?
Not quite.
So if you are up and you are ordering, welcome. Lovely to know that you're watching. We are Hobbymaker. I'm Dave. We are live at 6:30 on Friday. Looking forward to the weekend? Just the way you get the hottest day on a Friday and then it rains on a Saturday.
I was going to say, I've heard it's going to, our village has got a music festival on Saturday. Just a little one,
going?
you know. It looks like it's going to rain all day. Oh, I know. I think it's just like, it's not fair. We've had these 2 lovely days, and then on Saturday when it's due to be on, it's due to rain.
That's the way.
Maybe pop down for a little bit.
It's that law, isn't it? That law again.
Yeah.
Right, now, yesterday we were really over the moon to bring you one of my favourite products that Crafters Companion do. They do a lot. They do obviously great die collections, great card collections.
Stamps.
But their pen and pencil collections are off the charts for luxury.
I've never, ever heard anybody say that they weren't blown away by one of their colouring mediums, whether it's the Spectrum Noir, the brand is phenomenal.
Yeah, whether it's the alcohol pens, the aqua pens, or in this case, the aqua pencils.
pencils.
Now, these have not been in stock at all since we've been on air. We launched back in March. We've not had these until today, although I've had an association with them for many, many years. Loads of you bought them yesterday. We got them down by a pound off each one. And they're available in tins of 24. A lot of people yesterday were buying all 4 sets, to be honest. NJ2074 is the product code for the botanicals. Now, they're all themed. Now, if I just get you the Botanical Collection. What the guys have done, Leanne and the development team at Crafters Companion are just brilliant. They're so forward thinking. What they've done is they've selected colours that are specifically brilliant for doing your flowers. So if you like the idea of watercolour and making your flowers, colouring in your flowers, your roses, your lilies, your chrysanthemums, your hydrangeas, these colours are going to lend themselves so beautifully well for your floral colouring. And you can see here you've got lots of greens, wonderful yellows and pinks and so on. And don't think of them as just a colouring pencil. I mean, my memories of pencils growing up was just straight onto card or paper, and that was it. But you can use these are like palettes of paint in pencil.
They are basically almost like it's the pigment, dried paint in a pencil. So you can colour straight onto your cardstock. I recommend you use the watercolour cardstock. You can colour straight onto it, but then you can drag that colour out. You can blend it out. You can blend 2 together and they will blend beautifully. So use them as a dry pencil if you want, because they will work absolutely fantastically, but then use them with your water brush, just with a regular paintbrush, with your sparkle pen, all the different ways that you want to use them. 3
very important words here, because not all pencils are equal, as I'm sure you know. Look, premium, professional, and quality.
Yeah.
That's what you're going to get with these. These are not colouring pencils that the kids would use and, they're 10 a penny. These are professional quality. So if you want to, I tell you what, I feel really, really passionate about these because I'm not an artist, but I now know that I can sketch from that drawing that I did last year. And now I want to go to the next level. I want to be able to sketch and then go over with a watercolour wash.
And these are the perfect way.
Yeah.
A lot of people don't like messy craft. And for me, this is, again, one of the other advantages is I can now watercolour in a clean way as well.
Yeah.
So maybe that is the decider for you, you know. But you can, like you say, sketch with these and then just blend out those colours. So, you know, have a go, have a try. They're working out at £1 a pencil.
I know.
£1 a pencil.
I was talking to Jan yesterday, and she said that she's had hers for years, and she uses them all the time, and she's still got at least 3/4 of each pencil still left.
Yeah, I've been using these, 'cause obviously mine are really new because I'm new to the brand, but you can't even see which pencils I've picked up and used. You really can't even see it.
So Botanicals is this one here, if that's the colourways that you'd like. Now, this is $23.99, as Corinne quite rightly said, £1 a pencil, NJ2074. If you do want more than one, you can go for a couple or all 4 of them if you want to. It's entirely up to you. Now, that's the Botanical. Now, the Essentials, if you're only going to buy one, can I recommend that you choose the Essential as the one that you go for?
I'm just going to do a quick, I think this one might have been
the one that's open,
yeah. We've opened one and not the other, and we've got them the wrong way.
These have got your primary colours in them. So if you just buy one today, if your budget stretches to one and you're not quite sure which one to go for, this one perhaps is the absolute first that you should consider. And this is pretty generic because you've got lots and lots of primary colours in them.
Show you on there. This is how they look when you put them down onto your watercolour card. Isn't that fantastic? So you can have the intensity of the colour and then you can blend, you know, sort of drag that colour out as well.
Now, the product code on this one is HO2075. And, you know, if you think of colouring as, you know, if you do directly onto cardstock, it can look a little bit grainy. But when you add water and a brush, it just becomes basically like you're painting with watercolour. That's what it becomes.
I'm going to show you lots of sorts of we're going to look at them technique-y based to begin with. And when you see how they blend out and what you can do.
I've got some finished cards here just to show you. How magical is this? How beautiful does that look? Now, the watercolour card, by the way, that's on the website for you right now. We had it yesterday, 45 sheets for about £14. A4, which is crazy value. Check that out too. But Ollie, our director this morning, was saying, you know, it's quite mindful. And we've noticed that with Sant'Angle.
Yeah.
You know, if you love Sant'Angle and you love the zone it takes you to, this is going to do the same
And
sort
this is going to work fantastically with your Sant'Angle.
Yeah, it is.
Absolutely beautifully.
Adding colouring into tangling, why not? Now, that one is your Essentials, and that's $23.99. They should be $24.99. And bearing in mind these have been out of stock for so long due to logistical issues and that sort of thing, when they're back, why would we reduce them from $24.99 to $23.99? We did. So YK2037 is the next one we're looking at, which is your landscape.
There you go.
So again, if you're really into doing your scenery, your grasses, your mountains, your skies, your seas, again, these have been hand selected. There are no duplications in any of these tins.
No, not at all. Not at all.
They're all different pencils, but you can see you've got your earth tones in here. You've got various shades of greens, about 5 greens. There's a good, 3 or 4 blues?
Yep. Different ones. Should we have a look? So you can actually see the colours as they come on. But, you know, you imagine that landscape. You can see the colours of the hills. You can see the trees. You know, I can imagine the lavendery colours on their moorlands, those sorts of things, you know. So you can see where you're going to use all those beautiful colours.
And that's really clever because if you go out normally to buy pencils, what pencil collections have you seen that actually get categorised? That doesn't happen. You have to look at the tin, you have to look at the box, you have to kind of think, well, I want to do this, I want to do that, so I need more blues, I need more greens, I need more browns. You know, these have been done for you. So you've got all the colours you need for great grass scenes, for great mountain scenes, great sea scenes, great sky scenes.
And all the seasons.
Yes.
It's going to take you through all the seasons. You know, you've got your summery colours there, you've got your autumn colours there. You know, spring when you've got that more vibrant green, that lush new growth, they're all there.
YK2037, only $23.99. And remember, it's the first time we've actually had them in stock here at Hobbymaker. Yesterday was the first time you saw them. Now, this is genius. When it comes to doing faces and hair, animals, fur, anything like that, that's some of the trickiest things to do to get it to look real. So again, you got this portrait collection available for you, which when you open it up, you've got these colours. Now, these are the ones that really jump out to me because where do you find normally these different shades of, well, white, ivory, porcelain, all of those shades which will give you very realistic skin tones. You've got your darker browns in there, of course, as well.
You've got the eye colours in there.
Yep.
Look at those different blues, the greens, all those, you know, the eye colours. Like you say, the browns are going to be for your hair, going to be for eyes. They're going to, all of them are in there.
So if you struggle doing either pets or people, this is the collection for you. And this shows you again, thanks Corinne, this shows you again, you've got all these, you've got a soft cream, a dove grey, a black umber, a sorrel, a
Tawny.
Oh, tawny. Oh yeah, I'm reading it upside down, sorry. Cantaloupe as well. So all these different, they're very subtle, but that's what you want with skin tones.
Yeah, exactly. You don't want, it's supposed to be to work. Then you can have your highlights with your apricots and your blush and things like that.
So if whenever you've done someone's face or someone's body or whatever, and you've looked at it and thought, that looks so artificial, that looks so fake, these are the colours that are going to give you that total reality when it comes to skin tones and hair. Different shades of brown, you can get the flecks and the highlights. Now, you can do a little demo.
I am.
Now, if you want all 4 of them, please do feel free to go for them. Lots of you did that yesterday, actually. £23.99. If you are buying all 4, you'll pay for your postage, because you get £4. They should be £24.99 each. They're £23.99 each. And remember, with us at Hobbymaker, just in case you haven't heard us say it a million times, you only pay 1 P&P for the day. So if you bought something, maybe you bought the early bird, you bought the Centura Pearl deal, and you're thinking, Joe, I fancy colouring. I mean, I'm on a journey now. Many of you may know that I did a sketch of the famous Downton Abbey about a year ago now, it was, just over a year ago. And we raised a lot of money for charity, and I didn't know I could draw at that point. Do you know what? Now I know I can draw, and I'm confident with that. I now want to go on to the next step, which is the colouring of it, because mine was in black and white, just black. And I'm thinking now, all I need are these pencils, whichever one I go for, and I could have then put like a wash over to give it that kind of tawny kind of coffee colour building that it is. And maybe you want to do that this summer. I mean, it's a perfect time of year to invest in these pencils. If you're sat out in the garden, I recently moved and we've got like a family of Canada geese that come into our back garden every afternoon. It's really sweet, although they do make a bit of a mess. But yeah, I'd love to sit there maybe and sketch them and sketch the garden, sketch the view in the distance and colour it. I find watercolour so forgiving and so much more versatile than any other type of colouring, because you can go in very, very lightly, as Corinne's going to show you, and just add a little bit of water and it kind of wakes the colour up. It makes it come alive, but you don't feel daunted by it because it's not dramatic. It's very subtle.
Yeah, it's absolutely perfect. So should we have a quick look at how these are going to work? So I've just picked up a tin, my Botanicals. This is going to work whichever way you go. So, it just happens to be the tin I've picked up. Now, I have got some watercolour cardstock here, but because that's obviously what we want to work with. You don't want to use your Nina cardstock because it's not going to hold the water enough. I mean, I'm not going to absolutely saturate it, but it's still not going to work.
And watercolour cardstock, Corinne's normally expensive. 45 sheets of A4 for 15 quid, I think it is.
Is that what it is?
On our website, yeah.
Wow, that's amazing. I've just picked one up at random, opal blue, it just happens to be. And when you put it down, as you say, they come down absolutely gorgeous. It looks a little, like you say, it comes a little bit grainy at first, but you wait and see. So we can put a colour onto our cardstock, just that. Let me just find a nice contrasting colour. Let's go with my petunia, just because it's a nice contrast. And then I can put that one down next to it. Again, like you say, you can see the grain of the cardstock coming through there. But once we do that, so now I've got a watercolour brush. The other way you can do it is I could put some water, so I've forgotten to bring a pot of water in. I can put some water on there and I can pick it up with a regular paintbrush. Let's do it that way to begin with. So I've got some water on there. Now, as soon as I put this on here and start to blend, can you see how it just intensifies that colour? Hopefully you can see that.
And all the graininess disappears, doesn't it?
All that graininess. Now, if you want to, well, it was petunia, wasn't it? I can then still go in and add more over the top. Not a problem. There we go. You can keep adding it in. And you can see how it just intensifies that colour. Look at that. But you can drag it down.
You know, I said the watercolour card was 45 sheets for about £15. I lied, sorry. £12.72.
Wow.
I couldn't remember the exact price. £12.72 for 45 sheets of A4 watercolour card. You do the price comparisons. Have a look on the internet how much watercolour card is. It's expensive.
That's amazing. And it's really, really good quality, isn't it?
You get 3 packs of 15, basically, and they're resealable as well. So if you just want to take one sheet out at a time, you can.
That's amazing price. Absolutely fantastic. What did I say I was using? Opal blue, wasn't it? So there we go. So you can see, if you just add it in, it will then you know, you can then just, look at that, how, once I've wet it a little bit, you can apply these to wet card if you want, and you can see, I've got some, just some kitchen roll just at the side, how they just come to life. And then you can drag the colour out. Look at that, you can really make it, you know, you can bring those colours together. And we can also merge them together. There we go, just to show you how I can create a lovely, I can bring a bit more of that one in.
And also,
if you drag the colours in,
if you do
and
find
make your own.
you've made a bit of a boo-boo or something doesn't look right, you know, with a little bit of kitchen towel, you can actually take away.
Yep, if you just blot it away, look at that, it's virtually coming away from
That's
there.
why I love working with these, because if you do, you know, if you are nervous, a nervous artist or whatever, there's always a way out of it.
Yeah.
And just go in light to start with. If you want to add a little bit more depth, you can go back in and put a bit more colour, but it's gently, gently, gradually.
It certainly is. Now watch this. This is something I love doing. So I was coming on here. So if I sort of, if we sort of try to sort of do a bit of a circle on here, and I'm just doing almost like a letter C, just putting a little bit more in.
C for Corinne.
Yeah, there we go. And then we do our backwards C and just join that up. This is all about making your own backgrounds if that's what you wanted to do. So all I'm doing is just putting that down onto there. I'm going to go with my watercolour brush. And then what you can do is I can then just merge that colour. So I'm just dragging it out from the edge. So I can have it as intense or as light as I want. I can then bring the blue in and then blend them together. But look at this, I can just work that pencil in, and then I can come in with this one, and then I can blend it together. And if I needed to, I can add a little bit more pencil and build it up. And this is how you could be making a really beautiful background. Imagine if I did this all over, that would be a perfect background, and you can just blend them out, blend out that colour, merge the two together. But look at that, so we're getting together that lovely bubbly background. But this is something that I was told was a brilliant thing that you can do.
Yeah.
What we could be doing is putting the colours down. So this is just a few of the colours from this set. I put them on a piece of cardstock. You think, all right, it just looks like a colour swatch. No, this is now my portable paint palette.
Yeah,
so I can then, so if I just want to show you, just move that out of the way. So I have actually just stamped an image onto here. I stamped this before I knew, unfortunately these are sold out, but you can, you know, you'll get the gist. What I can do is I can come in here, I can just colour on there, and then I can transfer it to here.
Genius.
And then once this is dried, this piece here is dried, I can then reactivate the colour again. So I can then drag that out if I want it to come paler.
So if you're going down to the riverbank, you just take your sheet of card with your scribbled, you know, watercolour on it.
Exactly.
That's your palette.
There we go. So I can now pick up a little bit more of the darker colour and then just bring it in. So I can have it as dark or as light as I want. There you go. You can see how that... Now, as soon as that's dry, it's portable again, and then I can reactivate it at another point. So maybe I want a little bit of green coming in, you know, a bit of foliage. Let's just assume this one is a bit of foliage, so I can then just drag that onto there. And, you know, you can see I'm hardly touching these little swatches that I've created, and how brilliantly, you know,
I think you can realise now why, when Jan said yesterday that she's had her pens for a good few years and she's only used about a quarter of each pencil.
Yeah.
These are going to last you for years and years and years.
They are, but you know, that is a fantastic way. Now, let me show you something else that you can do. We have some stamps on the show today, don't we? Some lovely stamps.
Stamps and dies, yeah.
Yeah. So I have got here, I've got my butterfly one. So this is Welcome to the World. This is so clever that you can do. So I'm just going to stamp this onto a piece of card. So I'm stamping it onto watercolour card.
Now this bundle should be $74.95. Just to show you, before we do the demo, Corinne, just to show everyone what they get. You're going to get your elephant, you're going to get your butterfly, you're going to get your unicorn, your giraffe, and the owl as well, but you've also got not just the stamps, you've also got the die as well to cut out the elephant, to cut out the head of the giraffe. So all of these should be $74.95 for all 5 of these packs. Now we had these yesterday and we've only got a handful left. If you want them, you've got to get them in your basket now because these are going to sell out very, very quickly. HC2054, look, not 70 anything, $22.99. Yes. Yes.
Oh, wow.
I know. It's crazy.
Wow.
And you get a die and a stamp in each one. And they're big. If I just show you the concept, look, there's the stamp there that's in the packet, and there is the die that cuts the actual owl out. So that's what you're going to get in each pack. Our favourite yesterday was the giraffe.
Yes, not surprised, not surprised. Right, so I have put the butterfly onto my rocker block. So I think we've got the rocker blocks on the show as well, so you can be able to have a look. We've got the rocker blocks and we've got the stamping platform that I've used. Now, I am using my waterproof ink pad. So we can talk about that in a minute. So what I'm just going to do is I'm going to pop this onto my card. These rocker blocks are brilliant. Now, I'm not afraid to admit that I was afraid of rocker blocks. I forgot to bring, look at that.
Oh, perfect.
Perfect. Now, this is so clever. So that I've stamped with my waterproof ink. I can come in with this now and I'm not going to do it on there because I just want to, but if I wet, that's very dirty water. Can you see how it doesn't budge? No. It really doesn't budge. And that won't budge straight away. Okay. Absolutely brilliant. So let's come in with a couple of our pencils. So let's just use this one here. So you saw how we used our water brush to pick up the colour. How about we come in now? What have we got here? Let's just have a look there. So I'm going to come in with 3 colours. I'm going to come in with a yellow and I'm going to pop it on just here. And I'm just going to scribble it down on here, not particular, just add that colour just like that. Then I'm going to put that one up there so I don't forget what colours I've used. And then I'm going to come in with my green and I'm just going to pop it on just here. Again,
you don't have to be very accurate or precise because of course you can, with the brush, take the colour where you want it.
Exactly. So I'm just putting it down roughly where I want it. Let's use the pink again. So I do like this petunia. Then we can pop this down on here. Again, roughly where I'm going to pop it, just down here. You think, oh, this is a bit strange, but you just wait and see how this is going to work out. And then I want a nice blue. So we'll use the Regal blue and we'll pop it down here. There we go. Just pop that on like that. Right, so I've just got those 4 colours. Now, this is our sparkle pen from Spectrum Noir. Like I say, you are going to find that...
so this will work in the same way as water would?
Yeah.
So you can add sparkle. You get the lid off.
The lid wouldn't come off. I'm just going to show you. So if you... Can you see it glistening? There you go.
Yeah, look at that.
It's not water, it's glistening. There you go, that's how it does. So what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to paint with this. Look at this. Can you see now? Can you see the sparkle coming through on that, on the pencils? Look at that. And you know that scribble? Yeah. It's now just blended in.
So it reacts the same, the actual watercolour reacts the same way with water as it does with the sparkle pen.
Yeah, absolutely fantastic, isn't it? Lovely, lovely way to do it. So it can blend those colours out. And I just love the intensity you get. So we can come down here. There we go, just like that. Now, one thing I also like to, just to do is I'm actually going to take this, I'm going to add a little bit more of my colour. Look at this.
Now, I've just been told that if you all check out on this bundle, where you get the elephant, the butterfly, the unicorn, the giraffe and the owl, we'll have 3 sets left.
Oh, wow.
That is all. $22.99. Each one is a big stamp and die in this formulation. If you're treating yourself to those watercolour pencils, get this as well because it's a perfect match. It really is, it's a marriage. It really is. And I'll show you some finished samples in a second as well.
Right. So I'm going right over the edges. I know that looks strange, but just wet that there. There you go. Look at that. There we go. You can see I'm coming right off the edge. It looks a bit strange at the minute, but it'll all make perfect sense. And then I'm coming in with the blue. And just down here, just come right off. But look at how, you know how you started just with that scribble? You can't see it at all, can you, once it's finished?
Nope.
Once you've blended it out. I just want to show people how you can get some amazing, amazing results, even if you think, well, I can't watercolour. And all I'm doing then is just cleaning my sparkle brush off on here. Look how quick this is, just to blend those colours out.
As that dries, the sparkle intensifies.
Oh, it does.
And there's no grittiness at all. It's completely
Oh, no, it's
smooth.
not. I'm just going to blend those colours in a little bit just together there. But can you see how they're going? Right now, that looks absolutely fantastic. Now, we mentioned that there is a die set as well.
There is.
Now, we're doing... So we can then, once that's dry, and I've got a heat tool, but once that's dry, that will then cut out. But it doesn't cut out the whole thing, and I've cut one out there. Can you see that? Just like that. So what you can then do is lay that over there. And can you see how now I've started to create, let me put it up there, that background by bringing, it's almost like it's raising, it's coming out of a paint splat. I wanted to show you just how to do that. But the other thing that looks really, really fantastic, let me see if I can find this. So, but can you see the sparkle?
Yes.
Can you see the spark? Watch this now.
I've
So
just got to let you know, we've got more people that want this than actually we have stock. So if it's in your basket, please check out. You're lucky, you've got one of the last ones of this. It's about to go any minute now. HC2054.
Right, now, another background. This is what I love doing. I love making backgrounds that match my project. So all I'm doing, I wanted to use the same colours. That's why I put them on the lid, so that I didn't have to think about what colours I had got. So we can come on here and look how easy there's no technique to this as such, you know, you don't have to be a brilliant artist to be able to do this. Anyone can do this. Just putting colour onto my cardstock. There we go, just like that. Then I'm just going to get, and I had one here, a little spritz bottle of water. There's nothing special. If we did the Academy of Colour, and we had one of those in there, but I mean everyone's got a spritz pen. So spritz bottle. So I'm just going to spritz on there to activate there. So nice and wet. It's watercolour, so it really isn't going to do any harm. And then just tickle each one. Just start activating the colour. And if you find it's not going far enough, then you can always go in and add a little bit more. But watch this. Watch how this.
Well, I think really from today's show, what's coming out of this is the watercolour card is a must. A tin of those pencils, whichever one you want to go for, is a must. Or go for all four if you can afford it. And that Centura Pearl cardstock is just too good to miss out on as well.
Yeah, absolutely brilliant. So I'm just adding in a little bit more. And can you see how they're bleeding out just to make backgrounds? And you can even add it in to the background you've already, to new bits of colours. But I just want to show you, just the more you spritz and the more you add in, but like you say, you can take it away as well if you want to. Just watch this come to life.
I mean, that could be confetti, ticker tape maybe, a New Year's celebration, anything like that.
Yeah, anything. Where's my bottle? Where's my spray bottle gone? There. No, I can't see where I've put it down.
Oh, there it is on the right.
Oh, yes, so it is. Thank you. So just keep adding water. Now, can you see they're starting to really, really move around? Just bringing it around. So you can then, like you said, come in with your tissue and mop up the water, and then it will just keep doing it, and then dry it all down.
I know some people actually use their craft knife as well to take shavings off the pigment on the pencils as well.
Yes.
That's
yes,
another way of...
just to get you get quite a lot of colour down then.
Yeah.
Just to show you, once this has dried, let's see if I can blot off a bit more of the water. Just to blend. Now, if you were at home, I would spend a lot longer just trying to blend those colours out. Just drying there. It will go totally flat once it's dry.
If you're just tuning in, by the way, we are Hobbymaker. I'm Dave Bradford. This is lovely Corinne Robinson, and we're here every weekday morning between 6 and 8, and every single day of the week between 1 and 6. So make sure if you have just found us, you join us as much as you can. Early mornings, Monday through Friday, and afternoons 1 until 6, and repeats, of course, through the night too.
Right, just to show you, so quick card base, just put those two down. Then we could put that one down. Oops, I'll stick them down in a minute. And then you could add that. Now look at that for a card. How fantastic does that look? The colours coming out. Or with the spotty background and then just having that.
Yeah, that works.
Floating across. They're colouring with water, they're colouring with your sparkle pens, they're making backgrounds. You can then put, as we were showing you, your portable paint palettes, which we had on here, your sparkle pens, you carry them around, use them, blend them together. Where we had a little bit here where you could see, you can just colour on the go. They are an amazing paint medium. Make sure you use your waterproof ink pads.
Yeah, that's imperative.
And then, you can be doing all of this. But I just love this, how I can swap and change these around.
And Crafter's Companion are fantastic because they actually put on their ink pads what the ink pads are going to do. So there's no trial and error of, which one do I need? You know exactly whether you've got the right one or not. These are just some of the finished cards from this bundle that we've been talking about. 5 packs of stamps and dies. There's your elephant. And we've literally got one of them left now. There's your unicorn. One person out of everyone that's got it in their basket when they check out is going to be the lucky one to get the last one of these. So, and here's another butterfly in a totally different colourway, but being used with the watercolour pencils. And the giraffe, which was a firm favourite yesterday. How gorgeous is that? And the giraffe die, remember, cuts his head out, but doesn't actually cut the flowers out, so you can decoupage them up brilliantly. One quick look at the owl as well. You get all 5 sets, really lovely, aren't they? For $23.99. Actually, that's the botanical pencils we've got on the screen. Well, how much was the set of stamps and dies? 22 something, wasn't it? $22.99. Yeah, and it has now sold out. So congratulations if you got it. The botanical pencils, that's the one that's in the lead. This is the most popular set of the hour. So let me show you again the botanical pencils, what you're going to get. So if you love your flowers, and that's what you're going to be colouring more than anything else, these have been hand-selected by the team at Crafter's Companion, Leanne and the team. So you've got every colour that you need for whatever flower you want to actually colour. And the botanicals, when you see the actual colour swatch, those are the colours you're going to get. But look, when you add water to it, you don't just get one colour, you get various shades of that colour as well. So although there's 24 pencils in the tin, you've probably got hundreds of different colourways if you kind of look how it graduates down from a darker colour through to a lighter shade.
Well, I think that's so true. With pencil, the aqua pencils, you can make every colour under the sun. It's not... You can blend with your alcohol pens, and we show that brilliantly, but you don't sort of get that colour change in the same way as you do with your pencils.
With a pen, the colour that you get is the colour that you get.
Yeah.
With a pencil, you get numerous shades of that colour with every pencil. $23.99 if you want the botanicals. That's that one there, and that is NG2074. Let's have a little look at the next one now. We've got the essentials. Now that's going very well as well, which is no surprise. There are your essentials. So all your primary colours are in here. If you're only buying one, perhaps this is the one to consider going for. This has got the most varied colour in it. So yeah, like it says on the tin, it's your essential collection. You've got at least, 3 or 4 greens in there. You've got a few blues in there as well, greys, blacks, pinks, yellows. Yeah, every colour you could possibly want to get started.
You can do your skin tones, you can do your hair tones, you can do your landscapes, you can do your birds, your animals. You can make those colours, you can mix and match those colours by blending. Do you want to quickly show the colour swatch so people can actually see how they look?
So that's your essentials. There we are, look. And again, the watercolour card, 45 sheets, is on the website right now for £12.72, I think it was, which is crazy. And if A4 daunts you a little bit and you kind of think that's going to be too big a surface for me to paint, just cut them down, make them 26.
Yeah, I very rarely use a sheet of watercolour in full A4 now.
Yeah. $23.99, that one is your essentials. Then we've got...
do portrait?
Portrait. Now, portrait, I think it's genius because out of all the problems that I hear crafters having, it's animals and people.
Yeah.
They're the problem areas, getting the hair right, getting the skin right, getting the fur right. Then this is the collection that will be perfect if that's what you like doing most, because you've got all those skin tones there, from the lightest through to the darkest. Of course, great colour hair as well. You can add highlights in with these colours as well. So this one is a portrait collection, if that's what you want to do more of, to achieve that total reality. ON2024. And then finally, we've got your landscapes.
Oh, I just saw, look at that beeswax colour. That is beautiful.
I mean, landscapes must be the most popular thing to do
I
with
think they
watercolour.
are, yes,
I'm
yes.
sure.
People watercolour landscapes more than anything else, don't they?
So if you're going away, maybe for a weekend in this country, or going away for a week abroad
How
or something like that.
portable would these
Yeah,
be?
yeah.
Absolutely amazing.
You don't even have to take the pencils. You could do what Corinne did and have a little swatch of colour on a sheet of
Watercolour card,
watercolour
yeah.
card and take that as your palette. And that can go in your top pocket.
Of course it can, yeah. Brilliant way, isn't it, to do it?
So-
Absolutely fantastic.
If you decide to go for all four, maybe this is a main present for a birthday or something like that. If you go for all four, you'll have 100, how many?
96.
96. 96 pencils in total, and none of them repeaters. They're
No.
all individual colours. And that's $23.99 if you want the landscape, okay? And that's YK2037.
Sorry, I
Now,
moved it out your way.
That's all right. Now, if you weren't with us at 6, I totally understand, it's very early. But if you've just woken up now at 7 o'clock with your alarm, this deal is phenomenal. And we had a massive response yesterday, a massive response this morning as well. Centura Pearl, if someone asked me what's my favourite cardstock, I'd say Centura Pearl.
Yeah, yeah.
Hands down,
beautiful,
without a shadow of a
isn't
doubt.
it?
It started life as a hint of gold and a hint of silver. And I've known Centura Pearl for probably 20 odd years. But now they've expanded it. They've expanded the range.
And this is only a sample of what we've got available
Yeah.
today. There are some more colours. Oops, I'm dropping bits
There's a
off.
couple of colours I haven't got. So I haven't got the dark brown, I haven't got the black, and there's a
And
cherry
the-
red I don't
And the
have.
dark purple. Dark purple.
But
Deep purple.
it shows you how Centura Pearl
Wow.
behaves in light. Isn't it gorgeous? I mean, if you went to get wedding stationery done in this colour or in maybe that lovely ivory colour.
But what I love about it is it's not too much of a sparkle that it's going to take away from your from the top project. You know, what you actually want it to sort of support. So you know, it really complements your projects.
I mean, it's a sheen, isn't it,
Yeah.
rather than a sparkle.
Yeah.
Really, really lovely. Now, the deal is you get 10 sheets of any colour for $3.99, which is great. So it's less than 40p a sheet, which for this quality cardstock is amazing. But if you go for 5 sets, so that would be 20 quid normally, wouldn't it? You're going to get 1 set for nothing. And all you have to do is choose your colourways. Now, we're not dictating that you've got to get these 5. You can choose any 5. 5 the same, 5 different, 3 the same and 2 different, doesn't matter. You choose whatever you want. You go to the website and it says colour. Click on that. That brings up a drop-down box and all the colours are listed. And then just basically click on which colours take your fancy, add it to your basket. When you've added 5 in there, 1 will be taken off. So you'll only be charged about £15.95, I think, for all 50 sheets. And you choose the colourway.
Yeah, it's perfect, isn't it? Absolutely. The colours are amazing. You know, pick the colours that are going to work for you. You know, like you say, 3 of one colour, 2 of another. It's entirely up to you.
Look at that turquoise. Isn't that just dreamy? And any stationery produced with a quality card like this would attract a premium price. It may well be that you're the person that wants to offer wedding stationery. You want to make it for people. You want to take commissions. You want maybe a weekend business. Maybe you work in a big office and there are lots of people that know you make cards. Well, how many people do you know that are getting married?
Oh,
Or having a civil
there's
partnership?
a lot at the moment.
Well, no one could get married for about 2 years.
I
could
know,
they?
I know. It's going mad at the moment. It's stationary, you know, and people want something a little bit different, don't they?
Yeah.
So you can bespoke it, make it personal, and this is really going to add that quality to it.
But also from your everyday card making as well, your matting and your layering, all that sort of thing, your card blanks. What's the GSM on Centura Pearl? Do you know?
Is it 310? I think it's 310. I'm
try and find out
pretty
for you.
certain it is.
But it's a really lovely quality card. Box making, it's perfect for. Imagine boxes made out of Centura Pearl.
Oh,
Really
it's his
lovely.
construction weight. It's
Yeah.
absolute card bases, boxes, you know, your home decor, they will all work brilliantly.
Well, this was our early bird that we launched earlier on. We did have this on yesterday as well, but you may not have seen the afternoon shows yesterday. $3.99. You can just buy one pack if you want to. We're not saying you can only order 5, but if you just want one pack to see what it's like of maybe the ivory or the silver or something, $3.99. But if you put 5 in your basket, 5 the same, 5 different, you'll only pay for 4. So that will be $15.95 for all 50 sheets, which is amazing, taking the price down to only $3.19 for a pack of 10, which is great, isn't it?
It's an amazing price.
Corinne and I are with you. It's Wake Up with Hobbymaker. Whatever you do, if it's in your basket, please check out. That confirms your order. And remember, it's a free phone number as well. So if you are wondering how to order from Hobbymaker and you've never ordered before, just give our team in the call centre in this building a quick call. 0800 001 4433. They'll process your order and give you your new membership number. Back in a tick.
I almost forgot. We've got a brand new show starting on Hobbymaker, Monday to Friday from 6 a.m. until 8 a.m, featuring loads of new things. The Early Bird Special, a special offer only available during the Wake Up to Hobbymaker show. Who the Hobbymaker Are You? A slightly extended interview with our guest designers, Help Me Hobbymaker, encouraging you to email in with all of your crafting queries, and a sneak peek. The final 20 minutes of the show, letting you know what's coming up later on in the day. So don't forget to join us. Set your alarms 6 a.m. until 8 a.m. on Hobbymaker. Think I'll get 5 more Zeds in.
It couldn't be easier to watch Hobbymaker. You can join us on Sky, Freeview, on our website or on YouTube, so you can watch at home or on the go.
Hello there, my name is Centura Pearl and I'm here in my gallery at HQ. So I wanted to show you a couple of things I'm going to be bringing on Saturday, well worthy of putting in a gallery. Here you can see the new stencils. I know you loved these so much, so we've done another set. And we've got a new concept. Now, these ones, if you want to have a quick look, these kind of things that you could do with it, absolutely wonderful. But of course, we did promise you that we were going to bring you something a bit different. So, as you will know, you've got your wonderful little tile box. But here we go, bringing something else for your desk. A wonderful new macro tile box. So, if you're around on Saturday, come and join me. Really looking forward to it. So, I'll see you then. Bye.
My name is Anne-Marie and I am the creative manager at Hunky Dory Crafts. Hunky Dory are the UK's premier papercraft manufacturer, and we design and manufacture all of our papercraft goodies back at home in Preston. We do lots of papercraft products as well as moonstone dyes. We have our Prism range of colouring mediums like watercolour pencils, alcohol markers, waterbrush pens, and we also have our very own range of stamps called For the Love of Stamps. We're really looking forward to bringing you all of our brand new product launches as well as our inspirational demonstrations, which we just know the audience love.
Hobbymaker are proud to work alongside some of the biggest brands in the industry. Keep watching for these brands and many more here on Hobbymaker.
It's Friday. Is that the happiest day of the week for you?
It certainly is.
Yeah, brilliant. Great to have your company. Corinne and myself with you with Wake Up with Hobbymaker until 8 o'clock. Then, of course, it's Sewing Street taking over. And then after that, we're back between 1 and 6 with our Friday afternoon show. So whatever you do, please stay with us for as long as you can today. It's going to be a hot one, so if you don't like the heat, stay indoors. We'll keep you company. My mum and dad always close the curtains. Keep
Do they?
Cool. Yeah, when it's
Yeah.
too hot. Now, we did this yesterday, and many of you bought it yesterday. And if you did, I'm sure you're looking forward to the delivery in the next few days. But for those of you that missed it, I love the concept of this. These dies are stunning. You get 2 dies in each pack. And there's different ways. What we want to do, because obviously at this time at the moment, everyone's watching the pennies.
Yeah.
We can offer you a big bundle, which we'll give you details of in a minute or so. But also we can offer you the die with the corresponding paper pad. Now, the die of your choice, whether it's the rose, whether it's the poppy, or whether it's the dahlia, you're going to get a paper pad with it as well. Now, I'm afraid the paper pad did sell out on its own yesterday, all right? But this paper pad is, if you open it up, it's just wonderful backgrounds, but it's been designed to work with the dies. So, for example, the poppies...
Shall I show you?
Yeah.
So what I've done a few here. So the poppy is that one.
Yep.
So when you cut the poppy out, and I'm going to show you how to do this. This is how you cut the poppy out. It cuts out like this. And what we've done is we've given you the background. Now, can you look? They look like watercolour backgrounds. A bit, you know, you see it. Now, can you see we've got darker spots? So let me just make sure I put this the right way round. So when you put it behind...
Clever.
It works like that. Now, I haven't pulled out all of the colours, but again, I've got the other one. So again, let me just work out how it goes. Ooh, get the right, there we are, get it the right way around. And then again, with the purple, can you see how the colour is sitting behind the flower and it's pulling out the colour from behind. They're designed, the intensity of the colour is supposed to, matches with the paper pads. And like this one. So this isn't so much that you've got like a dark centre, but can you see how the colours change?
Yeah.
But they change in line with the flowers.
But also, having said that, you can use these backgrounds completely independently away from the dies. I mean,
they're going to work absolutely. But look at this one here, which is the dahlia, and how that colour intensifies behind the actual die cut. And you can see there, hopefully, just a minute.
There you go.
There we go.
Yep.
Do you want it? Shall I give it to you? Oh, sorry, there you go. There we are. Oh, there we are. It's coming in. There you are. Can you see how that colour sits behind there?
In the middle.
Yeah. But, if you changed it over, let's just find another one. Oh, that one will work lovely. There we go. Can you see? I've changed it over. But that colour intensifies behind the centre and then just radiates out.
Okay, so basically what we've got three choices. You can either go for the rose, you can go for the poppy, or you can go for the dahlia. And you get two dies in each pack. One that's got an outside cutting edge, so you can leave it in the cardstock or cut it out of the cardstock. And the other, of course, is the the flower. But what you've got there is the paper pad to go with it. And the price is ridiculous. KU2016. KU2016. And if you want it, you're going to get the die set and the paper pad together for under £20. I can let you know that. So if you do want to go for them, choose which ones you'd like. There is the roses at the top, which is probably the most classic of all. You've got your poppy in the middle just there, and we've also got the dahlia. Now the poppy is on the screen. Here we are. So the poppy is on the screen. So there is your poppy die.
There we go.
There we go. So you get, they're 5.5 inches square.
And then they cut out like that in white, black, whatever colour you want. You can cut, and they cut into your cardstock or, as you were saying, out of your cardstock. It's entirely up to you.
And also, you can paper piece with these really, really easily.
We'll have a go at paper piecing because not everybody understands what that means. So I'll show you what that means. But then when you put it behind the... put the paper behind. Can you see how the colour just radiates out? It intensifies behind the actual flowers. So clever. And like you said, these paper packs are gorgeous paper packs that you're just going to be able to use. Maybe you want to stamp a sentiment on there, stamp over there. This means straight away you've got all the work done. One of those beautiful animals, you could stamp over there, stamp a sentiment on, and it would work. So, take them outside of this collection if that's what you want to do.
So we're going to give you the option of either having the die on its own, the die with the paper pad, because the paper pad did sell out on its own, or the whole three set with a bonus Centura Pearl. Now, this one is the poppy that's coming up. So there is the price. I promised you under 20 quid. It's £19.99 for the die, and you'll get the paper pad included.
There we go. There you go. You'll get the paper pad.
The two together. How about that for £19.99 if you just want the poppy? KU2016. Is poppy your favourite flower? It's probably the most meaningful flower around, isn't it?
Yes, it's got beautiful fantastic connotations behind that. Right,
Wow.
so the rose is the next one. So absolutely perfect. Isn't this beautiful? Really, really lovely. And again, let me show you how this cuts out. Where's it gone? There we go. and that will then cut out like this. So pretty. And then
Well,
I've just picked one of the papers, so instead of like having intense colour behind, it just has that sort of changing colour all the way behind. So gorgeous.
And if you forget what actually is in your pad, there's also a little picture on the back of the packaging as well to remind you of what's in there. But a very, very clever concept. So that's the rose with the paper pad, 40 sheets in total in there, SK2032. But when this runs out, of course, the die is still very, very usable because you can paper piece it, you can colour it with your watercolour pencils if you want to.
Make your own background.
Make your own backgrounds,
with your watercolour pencils, if that's what you got this morning.
Good idea.
Now, the last one that we've got is the Dahlia, which is beautiful. Isn't that gorgeous? This one, to me, is the one that you're really going to want a paper piece, isn't it? Because it's going to look beautiful.
Well, the Dahlia is going to come up on the screen as well. So we're giving it to you. We want to make sure that everybody has got what they want for everybody's budget, basically. Less than £20. The Dahlia is absolutely good. They're all three of them are fantastic. I wouldn't be able to choose.
No.
I'd probably go for the set of three with the pad and also the Centura Pearl. But this is going to be $19.99 as well. So there's something for everyone's price. If you just want the dies on their own, they're on the website available individually without the paper pad. If you're not really interested in the pad, just go for the dies. They're all on the website hobbymaker.co.uk. But that is if you just want the dies and you want the pads. Very, very popular, very busy for this right now. Hello to you if you've just woken up and you just turned on. Now, with the 3 die sets, so you get the roses, you get the poppy, you get the dahlia, and you get the paper pad. But if you go for all of it, we're going to chuck in and give you $9.99's worth of Centura Pearl in the mint. This beautiful mint colour is stunning. It really, really, see the way it reflects in the light? Isn't that lovely? Very, very subtle. So the whole thing with a bonus of Centura Pearl, we're going to start the price at £60.95. But that should be the price for the 3 die sets and the paper pad. That would be £60.
Yeah.
So you're getting the Centura Pearl absolutely free. And remember, cap postage every day of just $3.95, no matter how many items you buy from midnight last night to midnight tonight. That every day of the week here at Hobbymaker. That includes the Centura Pearl. So you're not paying really for the Centura Pearl at all. You're getting all 3 die sets and the pad and the Centura Pearl. And where's that price going to go? $44.99. Wow. This is $19.99 with the pad. This is $19.99 with the pad. This is $99 with the pad. That's 60 quid. Then Centura Pearl worth £10. That's £70. You're going to get the lot for $44.99. Okay, yeah, you only get 1 pad, not 3. But yeah, it's a fantastic price. And it's on 2 split pays too.
Perfect. I mean, what a brilliant, brilliant bundle. Should we have a look at how we use them? Because, I mean, I think that's, people are desperate to see how
Can we
they
use the release sheets as well?
We can use the release sheets,
Great.
yes, absolutely. Okay, so when you get your die, I'm going to make one up in a minute, but I'm just going to show you first how you can use them. So let me just grab some white card. I just want to show you. So I've got some white card just here. There we are. Right, so let's just do it really simply with our white card.
Okay.
And like you say, we can cut into our cardstock or out of our cardstock. So what do I mean by that? What I mean is, if you take this die on its own, which is the Dahlia one, so you can see, yes, it's got some blade around the outside, but not all the way around. Can you see here and here and here? So if I was to use that one on its own, it would cut the image into the card. So it would still remain in here. But if I add this extra blade around the outside, that's now going to cut me a border. So it's perfect. So the easiest way I find to do this is you get your magnetic sheet. I'm going to pop these on. So if you've got your Gemini, it's absolutely brilliant because we're going to give you a magnetic sheet included. So I can put that onto the magnetic sheet, and then I'm going to add my next die onto that and make sure that I've got a nice, come on, I put that down and now it's holding down. Nice border all the way around. And then that, cut that out, and let's put this through. Now, just to show you, sorry, they will just about go through your smaller plates.
Yeah, yeah.
But
So
it'd
if
be
you've got the
very,
Gemini
very
Junior,
tight.
it will work.
Yeah, but it you know, it is, but not if you put it on obviously an A4 sheet of card. Can I just grab a drink? I've got a drink at the
Yeah,
side.
sure.
Sorry.
That's all right, don't worry. $44.99 for the whole lot. You're coming in massively for this. It was on offer yesterday. It was popular then, and it's probably a totally different audience watching this morning. Maybe you watch both morning and afternoon. If you do, thank you very much. But this main bundle is the most popular option. You save the most money. Bearing in mind, one die and a pad is $19.99. Do the maths. You've got 3 dies, 1 pad, and the Centura Pearl for under £45. And if you love one, I mean, I love all 3. If you love one, you're going to love all of them, aren't you? So save the most money, get the deal. It's on split pay as well, which means you can spread the cost into 2 payments. $22.49 today, $22.49 in 4 weeks, and you only pay your 1 P&P today, no matter how many things you order. You're right now.
Right, yep. Cool. Just had a little bit of a tickle there. Right, okay. So I'm just poking out all of the little bits. So all of these. Now imagine that. I've cut that out. Wouldn't that make a beautiful stencil?
Yeah, would.
Wouldn't that be absolutely... So if you don't want to do any more other than put it onto your card and ink through it, it's going to look... Spritz through it however you want. Right, let me just clear this away. So let me just make sure I've got a bin there. Let's make sure I don't want the die to fall in. There we go. Don't know how well that's going to go into the bin. Not very well, is it at all? That didn't, not many of those hit the bin, but we tried. Okay, so clear that down. Now, I've got that there. So what I can be doing now is I can get my pad and I can find my cardstock that matches that. Let's see does this one work? I think this one will. So we can put that, get it the right way there. I think that's going to go that way. Look at that. Put that colour behind there, and then can you see how it just radiates out? Now I could stick that down and that's going to look lovely. I could ink this and that's going to look fantastic.
And remember, the pad is exactly the right size for those dies, so it's been made with that in mind.
5.5 inches all the way round. But you were asking about the release sheets.
Yeah.
So how do those work?
Now, we've got more stock of this. We sold out of it yesterday. We've been able to get in touch with Crafter's Companion. These are great. Did you see that most of the pieces fell out of the die when Corinne took it out of the machine? And if you try and paper piece, good luck, because you've got to try and match up the pieces and make sure they go in the same place.
Yeah.
That's where these come in.
It would be a nightmare. Now, what I do is I tend to cut it down. So if you can see, because I can use this on another project, they are one-time only use. And you'll see why in a minute.
You get 10 sheets.
You get 10 sheets, but you don't have to use the whole sheet in one go. So I've just cut a piece of that Centura Pearl off the side. So that is perfect. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn this over and I'm going to pop this on the back. Now, this is sticky. There you go, you can see. But it's not overly sticky. So if I shake it hard, it will come off.
It's not permanent adhesive.
No, it's not a permanent adhesive. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pop that onto here. Now, this is, there we go, just pop that on there. I'm just going to trim that off there because it's going to, it'll stick to my die plate otherwise. So this is really easy to do. So yeah, my card's a little bit bigger, but don't worry about that. And what I'm going to do is I didn't think that one through. There we go. Let's pop that onto there. And I'm just going to tape that down because I've cut it quite tight. So let's just pop that on there. So what we're going to do now is we're going to cut through the Centura Pearl and into that adhesive sheet. Mm-hmm. Now, remember that adhesive sheet is like a low-tack adhesive. What it's going to do is it's going to, but it's strong enough that it's going to hold the cardstock onto that adhesive sheet instead of releasing it.
Instead of it all falling out.
Instead of it all falling out, yes.
If all those pieces fall out and you try and find the right piece to go in the right place. It's like a jigsaw puzzle. It'll take you forever.
My top tip for you is, if you've got something like the Gemini is an amazing die cutting machine. The pressure is so good. Now, if I put my normal plate combination of my clear plate, followed by my magnetic shim, followed by my second cutting plate, the Gemini will go, oh, you want me to cut through all this? Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's what I can do. And it'll go straight through. And then you've eliminated the purpose of your hold and release sheets. So I take out my magnetic shim.
Okay.
And I've seen lots of people use these and they all do exactly the same.
Well, the release sheets, remember, we've got more stock of them. They're on the website right now. A pack of 10, it's only about £7 and a few pence, I think it is.
Yeah.
And they're well worth putting in your order. If you're going for the main collection of these dies, these are going to be worth their weight in gold. And any other paper piecing, there we are, that's $7.99.
Now, can you see this hasn't cut all the way through.
Right.
Normally, if this was die cutting, we'd say that had failed because it hasn't gone all the way through. So when I lift my die off, my die is clean. Not one piece has lifted off there.
So now you can see what bit goes where.
So what you would then be doing, how I find it easiest to do is I then take off the die from the outside.
Right.
Just because I find this the easiest way to do my paper piecing. Now this piece that I've got here, if I peel it off carefully, and there's no reason why I shouldn't, I'm going a bit fast now, but if I peel it off carefully, this can actually be used for a completely different project. I'm just going to go careful. I might have just caught it a little bit there.
You've got the negative and the positive.
You've got the negative and the positive. Now, there is no adhesive on the back of here because it's not, oh, no, I've not gone fast. I've not gone slowly enough, so I'm going to just pull, I'm just going to pull that off because I've not gone slowly enough. There we go. Take that off from there.
You get the idea.
Yeah, you get the idea. I wasn't doing it carefully. So what you can now do is, let's take this. So what I would then be doing is, I want another piece of card. Let me just grab this. This is just showing, this isn't what we were planning to do. So I can take this onto here. Let's just take a piece of card on there. Then I want to stick it down. So I'm going to stick it down with my dotty tape pen. So we can take this and stick this.
And the dots
down.
are only going where the card is.
Yes.
This is the brilliance of the dotty tape pen. 4 for the price of 3. You get 2 standard tape pens and 2 dotty ones for £14.50.
Yeah, you can see no strings come through there. If I'd used a solid tape pen, the tape would have just carried on.
Yeah.
So I can just stick that. I would probably have done this on acetate or something like that if I'd have planned this, but we're just quickly doing to show you. Now, when I peel these off, so what I need to do is, if I was doing a smaller one, smaller pieces, I would use my tweezers. So what you can then do is take this up to your project. I'm just trying to find it. Right, that's the right way round. So now everything is together. So what I can then do is I lift it up. There we go. And then I put my glue on the back of here or into here. I can just glue in there.
So you're not going to lose any piece.
No.
You're not spending hours trying to work out what bit goes where because the release sheets have basically held everything in place for you.
Held absolutely everything. Oh, a bit more glue down here. So you can put a little bit more glue and then you can put that. So what I would be thinking you would be doing is you'd be cutting this out of 2 or 3 colours. So can I show you? Look, there is no adhesive on the back. The adhesive has stayed
So it's
here.
tacky enough to hold the pieces in place, but it's not a permanent
adhesive. It's not a permanent adhesive, so then I would... So these are quite large ones, so it makes it really, really easy to do. So you can then just pop those in here. But again, if I want to stop, I can stop. I don't have to worry about it. So if I pick these up and walk away, these haven't come all muddled up. Now, normally, if I didn't have the release sheets, all of these would be individual little bits. I wouldn't know where any bit goes.
What would happen is what happened in the first pass through. Everything fell onto the floor and everything fell out of the die, and you didn't know what bit went where.
And how long do you? It'd be like doing a 1,000-piece jigsaw. Just trying to find, especially when you get to the middle and you get these smaller pieces. But can you see how? You can now just perfectly just pop these in here.
Paper piecing is so satisfying. It's like getting that jigsaw fix every time you put a piece in. It just clicks perfectly into place.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, there we go. There we go. I'm just going to do those for now, but just to show you the gist of how, if you start to use, if you've got the
hold and release sheets.
Hold and release sheets, thank you.
Yeah.
You've got the hold and release sheets, and then it all just pops.
Now, we were able to get a few more, not massive quantities from Crafter's Companion yesterday. VO2063, $7.99. You get 10 sheets. Lots of you multi-ordered yesterday. Hopefully you're doing the same today. We never know when stock sells out of things. We never know how long it's going to take to get it back in because the world's a funny place at the moment with deliveries and logistics all around the place. So get them while we got them. £7.99 if you want to try paper piecing and you've been frustrated with it in the past because everything comes out of the die and you can't remember what goes where. That's what the release sheets are all about. VO2063, $7.99, and lots of you are adding them to your order right now. But remember, the main bundle is proving hugely popular this morning. I'll show you actually on the boards exactly what you've got here, but the 3 flowers we're talking about are the roses, the poppies and the dahlias. Now remember, they are $19.99 each if you buy them with the pad. You're going to get 1 pad in the collection. You're going to get 3 dies. And you're also, well, 6 dies, it's 2 dies in each set. And you get the bonus of the Centura Pearl for $44.99. I mean, that with a pad is $19.99. That with a pad is $19.99, so that's 60 quid. Okay, yes, you get an extra 2 pads, but you're going to get 3 die sets, 1 pad with the backgrounds, and your 10 sheets of mint Centura Pearl, and it's on split pay as well. $22.49 to pay today, your first payment, plus your P&P capped at $3.95. I'm afraid you can't get extra of the pads because they did sell out individually, but go for that offer today because these dies don't need the pad. They work with the pad brilliantly, but they're still very, very usable long after the pad has run out. You can do your own funky backgrounds as well if you want to, or do the paper piecing technique, which of course Corinne's just shown you. Can I just show you some finished cards here? These are lovely. I mean, this is another great technique. I don't know who's done this one. Nicole Bretherick has done this particular card. And this is dead simple. You've just got a black background. Die's been cut out twice in a beautiful coloured card and also mirrored card. And then the two have just been offset ever so slightly to create that drop shadow. Isn't that stunning? So you don't need the backgrounds, just a plain black background works. This is a shaker card that Nicole's done as well. She's obviously been very, very happy to work with these. So just a bit of acetate behind the actual die, a lovely background, and then you've got all those sequins and stuff in there for your shaker. So that's another lovely one. This is again using the pad. How gorgeous is that? Oh, hang on. Look at this. Look at this. I presume these are alcohol pens that have been used on that?
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, definitely.
Wow. Isn't that amazing? And very clever use, actually, of decorating the panel on the side there, on that stepper card. Really, really gorgeous. I mean, here we've just got gold mirrored card with a lovely background. The next one, this is another drop shadow. This is like the one that I showed you a few minutes ago with the silver, but this time it's the lavender and the black. But it creates that ever so slight shadow.
Isn't it?
It's gorgeous. And this is also another drop shadow, I think.
Wow.
Look at the inspiration.
I
that these
love
are giving
that,
you.
that red shimmer behind there.
Yeah, I do too. And then just snippability, we talked about that earlier on, didn't we?
Oh yeah, you don't have to use a whole lot. Again, that could be your aqua pencils in the background, making that background, just making a gorgeous splatty background.
And this is
So
another
pretty.
effect of paper piecing. Obviously, Corinne just showed you a few minutes ago, but it gives, I always think it gives almost like a quilted
Yes, yeah,
effect.
it's quite soft, doesn't it? It looks quite, it's got that
when
feel.
it die cuts, it gives it a slight
It's that
curved
bevel
edge. Yeah. Beautiful, absolutely gorgeous. Here's another one.
See, you can have them open. You don't have to have the background right behind them if you don't want to.
Stunning, absolutely stunning. These are this price, just brilliant value. $44.99 for 3 die sets. There's 2 dies in each set, so that's 6 dies. The pad and the Centura Pearl as well. Mint Centura Pearl, that's worth $9.99. That's included in your order. You're not paying for it at all. Really, really love it. Now, if you do want them individually with the dies and the paper pad, they're $19.99 if that's more your budget today. Mind you, with split pay, it's only a couple of pound more on your first payment to get all of it. But if you just want one, that's absolutely fine. So we've got the poppy up there for you. Always the most popular flower. Whenever we bring them in card collections or die collections, whatever, the poppy is always out there, miles ahead. Roses are just a little bit behind possibly in popularity, but certainly the poppy is the #1 popular flower whenever we do them here at Hobbymaker. And that's going to come with the pad, remember. You will get the pad with your die. Then we have the roses. Very romantic, very beautiful, very classy. Again, you get that 40-sheet, 5.5 paper pad included with it as well. And that's $19.99. And then the last one is your dahlia, which is probably the biggest flower of all of them because the others have got like 3 flowers. This is just one big, beautiful dahlia head on there. And again, you get the paper pad with that included as well. And the paper pad is not available on its own. Only available either with the die of your choice or the big bundle, okay? And if you want the individual dies on their own without the paper pad, you're not bothered about the paper, that's fine. They're available as well. How much are they on their own then? $16.99, okay. So in effect, by buying the one with the paper pad, you're only paying £3 for the paper pad, which is pretty cool. Yeah, but the dies are there individually on their own if you want them. If you just want to do the drop shadow techniques, if you just want to do the paper piecing techniques, that's fine. But all the options are there. We're very conscious and we're very aware that we want something for everybody's budget. I don't like it when we come in with a massive collection and you can only buy that and nothing else. It's always lovely to give you the individuals and smaller bundles as well, so for everybody's pocket.
Right.
Corinne?
Should we do something with the rose?
Yes.
So,
Yes,
so again, I've done exactly what we were saying before. We have just popped them onto the magnetic sheet. So we've used the outside and the inside, and I'm just going to pop my cardstock over the top. Let's go that way round so I can trap it nice and tight. And I'm going to run that through my die cutting machine. And like I say, if you don't use the outside die, it'll just cut into your cardstock.
So if you want a card with a border, or you want maybe a mount or something to go in a picture frame, I said to Jan yesterday actually, 3 of these in little
yes.
little frames, box frames, would look lovely on the wall.
Oh, they would. They would look so beautiful, wouldn't they? Now, like you say, what we've done now is we can then just pick this up and all of those little pieces, or nearly all of those. Now, if we were trying to paper piece, can you see all of those have stayed in the die? How would we then match them all up? Those release sheets are worth their weight in gold if that's the technique that you're going to go with these. I'm just get rid of these last couple of pieces that just need to pop out. So we can do that there, and last one, there we go. But look at that. All I see is stencil possibility as well.
Yeah.
I just think that's another technique that you could be doing with it. Now, I've already cut it out of my Centura Pearl, and we've got it here in this one. So what we can now be doing is we can now be creating a beautiful, beautiful drop shadow. So drop shadow, we probably bandy this term around quite a lot, but what it means is I've got 2 identical die cuts, and if I put them straight behind, obviously you can't see the one behind. All we do is we move it to the left, to the right, up or down a little bit. I go to the left. That's my drop shadow of choice. A lot of people, I was working with Craig the other day, and he always drop shadowed to the right. It's entirely up to you.
Yeah,
There's no
whichever
right, there's no
direction you
wrong.
fancy. But I'm just thinking, if these were being sold as stencil maker dies, they would fly just as much as they are now. So, you buy a stencil. How much would you pay for 3 stencils? 15, 20 pounds, something like that? But yeah, you're quite right, Corinne, in that you can make your own stencils with these dies as well as make your own cards and toppers too. So versatility and what you can use them for is immense. It really is.
Right, so again, I put my dotty tape pen on the back. You could use a wet glue. It's entirely up to you. And then all I'm going to do is stick that down just so that I can see a little bit of it out to the left, so you can see. Can you just see it just popping out?
Yep.
Now, this is going to look lovely if we find one of our backgrounds. Let me see if I can find the background. See, remember we had that background and it looked beautiful behind there. So, so pretty. But how about we make our own background?
Why not?
So, I have brought in 3 of my pencils. This is from the Portrait Collection. So, I've just picked up 3 of them, and I've picked up aubergine, azalea, julep, J-E-J-U-L-E-P, julep.
Julep, yeah.
Julep, yep.
Never heard of it, but sounds right.
No.
It's a lovely colour.
It's lovely, isn't it? It's sort of tealy green. So we can pop it down on there. And I'm just using this as my palette. So I'm not putting down more than I think, if need be, I can come in with some more colour. Now, these are quite strong colours at this point.
I don't know if you were watching us earlier on, but we've got in stock for the first time here at Hobbymaker. They've not been in stock since we've been on air, actually, in the last 100 days or so. The watercolour pencils. They are available in sets of 24. They're on the website right now in 4 different categories. You've got portrait, botanical, essential, and also portrait, essential. And what was the other one? Botanical. Botanical, portrait, essential, and landscape. That's it.
That was the other one. Sorry, I wasn't concentrating. I could hear you saying something and I was concentrating on doing it. So all I'm doing now is just picking up this watercolour, and then we can just keep adding on to, I'm not getting it wet enough. There we go. And put plenty down. Just keep picking it up.
I love this idea.
And just creating our own background. Look at this, so you can see how it's just going to come.
Turn your watercolour
to life.
card into a palette, put that in your top pocket and do painting when you're out and about?
Yeah, exactly. So let's come in with the pinky one first. And then you can just come in and bend. And then we're just going to just keep blending them together. You see. And if you want to, there's nothing wrong with putting, I'm going to go a bit lighter on here, but just putting that on there and then just working that in. Just keep, blend that, putting that on.
I mean, if you're using a really thick paint, like an acrylic or something like that, they've got their place and they're lovely. But I think watercolour is so, how can I put it? It's so gradual. Yeah. It's less frightening and daunting to do, I think.
Now, what I would do is I'd lay down the first colour and then I would go back in until I've got it to where I want. So you can see, I know that's a lot paler, but I'd go in with a couple of layers until you get to that.
Yep.
And that is just the pencil. Then what we've done is we've just splattered it with a bit of water and used our kitchen towel to lift it off. So it's nothing more complicated than that. So it's just laying down your colour and then brushing it over across like that. That's just,
that splat effect you've got, is that
there.
just by...
That's just drop. I don't want to do it because it'll make it too wet, but you just literally drop, once you get to the intensity, drop the water on and then get your kitchen towel. I've left all my stuff over there because we were doing it in a different set. And then once you put it on, just literally blot it back off. If I try to do it on here, you can see I can blot the colour back up off there. Now that was because it was all over, so it's blots, but if I just put the water on in drops. How I tend to do that, to get big drops, I'd put it into my hand like that and then drop it rather than spritz. If you spritz, you'll get a really fine mist. But if you put it into your hand and then just drop it
Or you could use a brush and just tap it.
Again, you're going to get quite fine.
Okay.
To get this sort of size, by your hand.
Okay.
It really is the best way to do that. I know I skipped over a little bit
Now
there.
you've made your own background, so when your book of, your block of papers runs out, which it will do, there's 40 in there, last you a long time, but when that runs out, don't think your dies are redundant, far from it.
No, not at all. So then we can just come all the way around the outside, just like that. Now, then that will go perfectly on to there. Now look at that. Isn't that absolutely gorgeous?
Beautiful.
So like you say, if you want to use your papers, go for it. I've just picked up that one, but you can, if not, you can just create your own and they still look beautiful. Again, if you create your own, you can be doing that effect. I could have put more intense colour behind where those wanted to go.
Well, that drop shadow is so effective.
Yes.
Just such a simple technique, but really, really effective. Gives it more dimension.
Yeah, it really, really does. So then we could start bringing this together on our project. So once I've got that there, let me grab my foam pads. Oh, those quite small. There's the bigger ones. So once we've got those onto there, we can then just drop. Now, if you're going to do something like that, do this in stages so that you've given it time to dry. Don't try and work with this watercolour while it's all wet, because if you try to do that, your glues aren't going to stick to it and you're just going to really, really struggle. So I'm going to take this and then I've just got a lovely just a background. I'm afraid I can't remember where this one's from. I'm still learning all my pads. Do you know what? I was up at Crafter's Companion on Saturday and we always do, we always have Play Your Craft Right. They did a Play Your Crafts Right on paper pads with me. I've only been there since February.
Was it an epic fail?
Yeah, all I can say is Debbie won. And there was no chance that she wasn't going to win.
Right.
I was like, really? Yeah, they were giving us anagrams. So basically it became an anagram game because that's all I could do. I was just looking at and going, did you have a paper pad called this? Some of the paper pads were going back years and years. I was like, really? This really isn't fair.
And if you just tuned in this morning, by the way, we are Hobbymaker. If you found us for the very first time, I'm Dave, this is Corinne. Every weekday at the moment, we're here between 6 and 8 in the morning, and again, live 1 until 6. That's every day of the week, the afternoon, but weekdays for the morning show. And the morning show's going down really well, actually. Loads of you are saying how much you like it. It's a nice, relaxing start to your day rather than, you know, heavy news and current affairs and stuff like that. So, yeah, tune in every Monday through Friday at the moment between 6 and 8. We're here live to bring you some great deals and to say hi. And we've got lots of messages coming in as well, I know, from you. So we'll read a few more of those out in a second or so.
My tape pen just literally ran out on me, and we've not got very many minutes left for me to unwrap another one. I should have been prepared and had another one unwrapped, but I didn't. There we go. So right now I've created this lovely background. So what I've got here is I have got a card base, a 7-inch card base. And this is what we were, so this is that Centura Pearl that you were talking about.
Yep.
This is the one, this is the hint of silver. So this is where Centura Pearl started, can you see? So 7-inch card blank, folded it in half, and we're going to make an easel card. So I've made another panel, 7 inches in diameter, and then we can pop this one on the front. So we're just making the front of our easel up. There we go, that's going on there. These 2 hours has gone so fast.
It does go
really has.
really quickly.
Really flown past. Oops. There we go. Oops. Got one there, and then I can pop this one just on there. So now we've got our easel card back, you can see. So we're just going to decorate the inside. Look at this. This is the mint,
That's the mint
that you're going to get.
Yeah, you're going to get
pack.
that with the 3 die sets and the pad and the bonus 10 sheets of the mint Centura Pearl. Really lovely colourway.
Beautiful. And then we can pop this one in here. There we go. You see, I love my tapes, but you can see why the tape runners are so much better, can't you? Because it's so much quicker. But just unfortunately, it just ran out. There we go. And then I'm going to pop this one on. So again, another piece of the paper. Going to look absolutely perfect, just like that. And we can pop one and another one on, oops, on there. Oh, come on, there we are. Didn't want to come off then. And pop that on. So I've just got a little bit of a simpler pattern on the front, and then we can take this lovely decorative piece that I've created, and we're going to pop that on, and I'm just going to put it on at a nice little jaunty angle, and then
those colours go really well together, don't they?
They do, don't they?
It's almost like a duck egg, that mint, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like a duck egg green.
There we go. Put that one on, just on there. There we go. And that's going to go just a little bit of a border top and bottom, because if we've got an easel card, obviously we need a stopper. And then that's going to go just on here. And that will just pop on to there. We can do, there we go, so you can see
That's a
on
stunner.
there.
Look at that.
There we go. Then I can just do a little bit of a sentiment, and we can pop that on there. Then I've got a little bow. I'm going to put a few gems on, but I can do that while you're talking. But look at that for a card. Isn't that beautiful?
Now, if you've just switched on, it's 10 to 8. You've seen that card and you're thinking, I love that.
Yep.
I want to make what Corinne's just done. What you need is what's over here. This collection, there are options. You can buy the dies on their own individually. They're on the website for you now. You can buy the die and the paper pad together. So you can choose the rose and the paper pad, the poppy and the paper pad, or the dahlia and the paper pad. Or what seems to be most popular, quite rightly too, is you get the lot. So you're going to get all 3 die sets, 1 pad, and a bonus of that beautiful mint or duck egg colour of Centura Pearl, which is absolutely gorgeous. And that's what Corinne used in the demonstration a few minutes ago. And I know that every day we're getting more new customers to Hobbymaker who've never bought from us before. So if you are new, I would recommend you call the call centre and they will set you up an account, 0800 001 4433. You can set it up yourself on the website as well. All we need is your email address, and then you make up a password, so you can do that too. But if you want the operator to place your order and to give you an account number, why not phone the free phone number? It's absolutely free to do that. The guys are really helpful as well, and if going forward in the future you've got any queries, they're there 24/7 to help you with your order as well. MB2053 MB2052. Okay, now the individuals, so if you want a die set with the book, Poppy is the most popular. So the Poppy and the book to go with it, $19.99. It's almost like you're only paying £3 for the book, and it was $5.99, $6.99.
And then you'll be able to make this. You know, you can use it all. We've just put a drop shadow behind there. Now go in with your white gel pens, just to add a little bit of an accent to it, just to give that shimmer. Or did Jan make that one yesterday? Because I think I saw her doing something like that with the paper piecing.
Yep.
So again, what she's done here is she's not used the outer frame.
No.
Because she's cut it down and cut it herself so that you could have this really big border. You know, you can choose whichever you want. Now that is just a part of that poppy.
Just snipped.
So you don't have to use the whole poppy.
It looks totally different though, doesn't it?
I know. And I think this is probably one of my favourite cards.
Yeah.
I just love the simplicity of it. So, I mean, we've looked at these three, and on this one, we've used one of those paper pads behind there, but we haven't on that one. We've created our own background on that one. So you don't have to, your paper pad's going to last a long time.
Yeah.
Because it doesn't have to be used with everything.
But when your paper pad runs out, which it will do eventually, you've still got the capability to make stunning, stunning cards. There's no paper pad that's been used on that. No paper pad's been used on this.
And look at that one. That one is good. Oh, that one now, they have the paper pad in.
There you go.
How about that way to do it?
Yeah, so die cut the paper pad and paper piece it.
Die cut the paper pad, yeah.
What about that? Now the rose, if you want the roses, there's 3 roses in total. Poppy, we've just shown you for $19.99. The rose and the paper pad is also $19.99. And the other one, of course, is the dahlia. But the big bundle gets you everything. It gets you all 3 sets of dies, paper pad and the Centura Pearl as well. We've got some boards here again to show you. To be honest, you don't always need to have a background.
No.
Just in black, all white, or mirror card, or whatever you want.
I mean, a lot of our demos have been with the white, but I do love them with the black. I would love them with the black to then go in and colour myself.
Yeah.
And create that perfect, ombre effect or just, watercolour effect. It's entirely up to you.
And then the biggest flower of them all, this dahlia, is just one head for the dahlia. Isn't that just beautiful?
Absolutely gorgeous.
Stunning.
I do love dahlias.
Me too. So there it is, just plain, and there's nothing plain about it.
No.
But then you've got the background paper, which is in the pad, but equally, again...
It's the multiple uses, isn't it? Cut them out, paper piece them, drop shadow, stencil with them, cut into them, snip into... They are so multi-use. I mean, you're just going to find so many ways to use them.
Well, like I said to you before, if you were buying 3 stencils like that, you'd probably spend £15.
Yeah.
So for a die to make amazing toppers, drop shadow, use the backgrounds, they become stencils as well.
Yeah.
So the value is off the charts. It really is. Okay, now the Centura Pearl, don't forget about that. In the dwindling seconds, I've buried the Centura Pearl somewhere.
Is it down on your trolley?
Oh, here it is. Yeah, you're right. Now, this is a 5 for 4. So if you choose 5 packs of Centura Pearl, you'll only pay for 4. You'll get 1 free, worth $3.99. So you're going to get 50 sheets of Centura Pearl. You choose your colours. There's a drop-down box when you go to the website, and we will send them to you. You can have 5 packs the same. You can have 5 packs all different. It's entirely up to you. But if you put 5 in, you'll get 1 as a free bonus worth $3.99. So it's only £16 for 50 sheets of Centura Pearl.
That is an amazing, amazing deal.
Corinne, thank you.
It's been a pleasure.
It's been great.
It
See
is.
you soon.
Yeah, I'm back next Friday again to do this again.
I'm back at 1 o'clock. I'll see you a bit later. Sewing Street's next.